What really happens when an older adult lives alone without regular check-ins? The risks go beyond loneliness. There are subtle dangers that can quietly build up, like falling without help nearby or days passing without a single call. It's a reality many seniors face, especially after outliving spouses, friends, or even when children are unavailable. However, a common misconception is that living alone automatically means being unsafe. In truth, many older adults who live on their own are among the most capable and resilient. They've learned to adapt their homes and routines to support their independence rather than hinder it. This message is especially for those who are currently living solo or anticipating that possibility. Whether you're in your 60s, 70s, or 80s and are beginning to recognize that you may need to rely more on yourself, or you feel confident but want to plan ahead, it's important to be prepared. In this video, we'll share 6 key strategies used by heart doctors, aging specialists, and seniors themselves to stay safe, stable, and well-supported while living alone. These aren't just survival tips. They're about thriving and maintaining a high quality of life. Each approach can help improve not just lifespan, but life satisfaction. So if you've ever wondered how to ensure your future is secure, even without constant company, this guide is for you. Let's dive in. First key strategy, establishing a daily check-in routine. One of the most effective ways independent seniors stay safe is by having a consistent daily check-in routine. This simple habit often marks the difference between aging confidently and facing avoidable risks. It's not about surrendering independence. It's about building a quiet, dependable safety net that operates in the background. Many older adults highly value their privacy, especially when living alone. But unforeseen situations, like a fall, a dizzy spell, or even forgetting medication, can turn serious without someone noticing in time. A check-in system ensures that small issues don't escalate into emergencies. Importantly, this routine doesn't have to involve someone visiting your home every day. It could be a brief phone call, a daily text, or even a visible cue like opening a curtain at a set time. Some neighborhoods create simple buddy systems where residents look for subtle signs, like a flag in the window to confirm each other's well-being. These quick gestures take just seconds but offer meaningful peace of mind. Take Harold, for example, an 82-year-old retired principal still living in the house he's called home for decades. He's healthy and independent, but he also understands the value of precaution. Each morning at 9 a.m., he sends a quick good morning text to his niece. If she hasn't heard from him by 10 o'clock, she gives him a call. Most days, that's all it takes. But that simple check-in provides comfort for both sides. Today, there are also apps and services tailored for daily wellness check-ins. Some notify a contact if you don't log in at your usual time. Others pair users with volunteers for daily calls. This isn't about micromanaging your life. It's about smart, quiet planning. Whether you're 65 or 85, setting up a check-in routine shows foresight, not fragility. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a mark of strength and wisdom. Prepared people don't just hope for the best, they make sure they're covered. Second key strategy, fall-proofing your home. Contrary to popular belief, most serious injuries in older adults don't occur outside. They happen inside the home. And it's often not due to frailty, but because the living space hasn't been adjusted to accommodate the natural changes that come with aging. While your home may be filled with cherished memories, it may also contain unnoticed dangers. Slippery rugs, tangled cords, low-seated chairs, or hard-to-reach switches. These small issues may seem harmless until they cause an accident. Consider Carol, a 77-year-old who often hosted church gatherings in her warm, familiar living room. One winter evening, she stepped on a slightly curled edge of a throw rug and fell. The injury, a broken hip, led to 5 months of recovery and forced her to give up driving. The entire event took just a few seconds, but it changed her life drastically. Fall-proofing isn't just about installing grab bars in the bathroom. It's about making your environment safer and more intuitive. Lighting should be bright yet gentle on the eyes. Beds and chairs should be the right height for easy movement. Walkways should remain clutter-free, and essentials like medications, dishes, and towels should be stored within easy reach. No bending or stretching required. One helpful exercise is to slowly walk through your home as if you were guiding a guest with limited mobility. What would they trip over or find difficult to reach? Those are the areas to fix first. Another commonly overlooked hazard is footwear. Many seniors wear socks or soft slippers indoors, which can be dangerously slippery. Instead, invest in sturdy house shoes with rubber soles for improved grip and balance. Special attention should also be given to the bathroom, a high-risk area for falls. Simple additions like non-slip mats inside and outside the tub, grab bars near the toilet, and a bath bench can dramatically increase safety and confidence in this space. People often assume they don't need these adjustments because they feel healthy now. But the key to fall-proofing is prevention, not reaction. You don't wait for a fall to make changes. You make changes to avoid that fall entirely. If these tips resonate with you, take a moment to engage. Drop a number 2 in the comments, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss future advice. Your support helps us continue sharing helpful content that keeps you safe, informed, and empowered. Let's keep going. Third key strategy: regular health self-checks are essential when living alone. One of the greatest resources you have in this situation is your self-awareness, something no one else can offer you. The challenge is that many people don't notice they're declining until it's already well underway. Staying healthy isn't just about scheduling yearly medical checkups or monitoring things like blood pressure. It's also about staying in tune with how your body and mind typically feel, so you can recognize when something isn't quite right. This kind of awareness functions like your own personal early detection system. It becomes even more crucial when you live alone, as there's no one else there to observe and point out changes. For instance, if you start forgetting common words, feel unsteady on your feet, or sleep much longer than usual, but still feel drained, these could be subtle indicators that something is off. Your body often gives quiet signals before more serious issues arise. Ignoring those whispers can lead to louder, more alarming symptoms later. Take the example of Bill, a man who once had a sharp memory and lived independently. Over time, he began to show small but concerning signs: forgetting to turn off the stove, misplacing his keys in the freezer. Unfortunately, no one noticed until a neighbor smelled something burning and intervened. By then, Bill had already progressed into the early stages of dementia. If he had kept a regular log of his physical and mental state, like a weekly checklist, he might have recognized these changes sooner and gotten help earlier. Another area to monitor closely is your appetite and weight. Unintentional weight loss or skipping meals regularly could be a sign of physical illness or even mental health challenges like depression. Because there's no one around every day to notice these changes, it's your responsibility to pay attention to them. A helpful approach is to set aside a fixed time each week, perhaps Sunday morning with a cup of coffee, to ask yourself a few key questions. Did I sleep well this week? Was I eating normally and feeling satisfied? Did I have enough energy for daily tasks? Did I feel any unusual symptoms, like dizziness, pain, or fatigue? Was my mood particularly low or anxious? If any of these answers raise concerns, it's worth reaching out to a doctor or someone you trust. This practice isn't just about early detection of illness, it also empowers you. Regular self-checks help you feel more in control and connected to your well-being. They allow you to trust your own judgment and instincts, and that kind of self-reliance built on awareness and routine is something no external caregiver can fully provide. Living alone doesn't mean being disconnected. It means becoming deeply in tune with your own health. That awareness is what protects you. That's where your strength lies. Fourth key strategy: creating a safe and accessible home environment. Many people assume that living alone in later life becomes risky because of major incidents, fires, burglaries, or sudden medical emergencies. However, it's often the minor, everyday hazards that pose the greatest threat to safety and independence. Small issues like a slightly raised rug, an out-of-reach cabinet, or a slick floor tile might not seem dangerous at first, but they can gradually undermine your well-being. What makes these hazards particularly deceptive is how easy it is to become used to them. That flickering hallway light, you stop noticing it. A creaky or uneven step, you subconsciously change how you walk. While your mind adapts, your body, especially as it ages, does not always follow as quickly or safely. Take Linda, for example. At 76, she lived alone and was proud of how neat and orderly her home was, but she hadn't updated anything in years. One morning, as she walked to the kitchen for her usual cup of coffee, her smooth-bottomed slippers slipped on the corner of a throw rug. She tripped and fell, an accident that left her injured and alone for hours. That small rug, something she passed over every day without a second thought, nearly cost her both her health and independence. So how can you prevent such risks in your own space? Start by simplifying. Look at your home as though you're seeing it for the first time. Are there wires running across walkways? Furniture crammed into tight corners? Rugs or mats that don't stay firmly in place? These should be removed or rearranged. Your home doesn't need to be stark, but it should be easy to move through, even on days when you're tired or unwell. Next, adjust your storage. If you often find yourself reaching up high for dishes or stepping onto chairs to grab towels, it's time to reorganize. Keep daily use items at waist-to-shoulder height, switch to lighter dishware, and use containers and drawers that open easily without sticking. Third, improve your lighting. As we get older, our eyes take longer to adapt to changes in light. Install motion-activated nightlights in key areas like the hallway, bathroom, and kitchen. Make sure every staircase is brightly and evenly lit, from top to bottom, to prevent missed steps. Fourth, prioritize reachability. Make sure phones or communication devices are accessible in more than one room. Consider wearable emergency devices like smartwatches or fall detectors. These tools aren't a sign of weakness. They're smart, preventative measures that can literally save lives. Lastly, reinforce bathroom safety. Equip your bathroom with grab bars, non-slip mats, and a secure shower seat. These upgrades not only reduce the chance of falling, but also help you maintain your independence and dignity. If you found this advice useful, feel free to comment number 4 below to show you're still with us. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications so you won't miss future tips. Your support helps us keep providing valuable guidance to help you stay safe, capable, and confident at home. Fifth key strategy, building emotional and social connections. Living alone doesn't always equal loneliness, but for many older adults, emotional isolation can quietly creep in over time. It's not just about being physically alone. It's the deeper feeling of not being acknowledged, not being needed, and not having meaningful connections. One of the greatest emotional risks of aging alone is the slow erosion of purpose. Life may shift from being full of roles and responsibilities, like work, parenting, and community involvement, to long stretches of silence, with few obligations and no one regularly checking in. While some solitude can be calming and restorative, too much of it can lead to emotional numbness, depression, and even cognitive decline. I remember Gerald, an 82-year-old widower. He still cooked for himself, walked to the park, and ran errands, but told me once I could disappear for a week and no one would notice. That statement stuck with me, because for many older adults, it's not just a fear, it's reality. The encouraging news is that emotional and social stability, what we call anchors, can be rebuilt even later in life. And it doesn't require becoming overly social or joining every local group. The goal is to reconnect in small but meaningful ways that reinforce your sense of being part of the world. A great starting point is establishing regular check-ins. This could be a weekly call with a family member, a brief chat with a neighbor, or a consistent message exchange with a friend. Like taking a daily vitamin, these brief, simple interactions make a real difference when they're part of a routine. Volunteering is another powerful way to restore purpose. Even if you don't leave your home, you can contribute, reading to children over video calls, knitting for shelters, or helping answer questions in online forums. The act of giving and feeling useful provides a sense of meaning that's incredibly beneficial. If getting out is difficult, don't underestimate the value of online communities. There are forums, Facebook groups, and Zoom gatherings on all kinds of interests, from film buffs to gardening enthusiasts, many specifically geared toward older adults. These digital spaces can offer genuine connection from the comfort of your own home. Another simple but effective solution is having a pet. A calm dog or cat can provide companionship, a sense of responsibility, and even help maintain a daily routine. Studies have shown that even watching fish in a tank can reduce anxiety and lower blood pressure. Finally, get familiar with your local senior centers and community support services. Many offer transportation, meal programs, and social activities. The most valuable part of these services often isn't the meals or rides, it's the human contact that comes with them. You don't have to be cheerful or outgoing to benefit. Just showing up begins to build connection. Loneliness isn't just a passing emotion, it's a genuine health concern, but its antidote doesn't always lie in more people. It begins with more consistency, more purpose, and more simple ways to feel acknowledged and included. Let me know when you're ready to explore the next key strategy. Sixth key strategy, developing an emergency-ready mindset and system. Living alone in your later years isn't just about maintaining comfort. It's also about being prepared for the unexpected. Whether it's a fall in the bathroom, a sudden medical issue like chest pain, or even a winter power outage, how well you respond often depends on one key factor: preparation. What often turns a minor incident into a major emergency is not the event itself, but the lack of readiness. Older adults who continue to live safely on their own usually have what can be called an emergency-ready mindset. This doesn't mean they're constantly worried or expecting disaster. Instead, it means they've taken smart, proactive steps to ensure help is always within reach. They think ahead and set up small systems around them that create a cushion of safety. Let's begin with fall prevention, which remains a top concern. Something as simple as a slip in the bathroom can lead to serious consequences like broken bones or head injuries. That's why the basics matter. Secure non-slip mats, grab bars near the toilet and in the shower, good lighting throughout the home, and clear, unobstructed walkways. These may seem like minor adjustments, but they can make the critical difference between recovering quickly and being left immobile for hours or longer. Another vital layer of safety is a medical alert system. Many delay getting one, thinking it's only for when things get worse. But today's devices are modern and discreet. Some even come as wristwatches and can automatically detect falls. Wearing one doesn't signal weakness. It shows that you value your safety enough to plan for what might happen unexpectedly. Also essential is having a written list of emergency information. In addition to saving contacts on your phone, keep a printed list with names, phone numbers, medications, allergies, and your doctor's details. Place it somewhere visible, like the refrigerator door. Emergency responders often check there first, and that list can speak for you if you're unable to do so. Being ready also means preparing for temporary disruptions. Keep a small stockpile of bottled water and non-perishable food for at least a few days. Add a flashlight, fresh batteries, a backup charger for your phone, and you've got a basic emergency kit, not for extreme scenarios, but for everyday situations like illness or bad weather. One of the most powerful safeguards you can have is a reliable neighbor. You don't need to be close friends. Just form a simple agreement. If you're not seen or heard from in a day or two, they check in. A quick weekly text or knock on the door could be a lifesaver. Lastly, cultivate the mindset that says, "I've prepared." That inner reassurance helps you stay calm and clear-headed during real emergencies. Living alone in your 70s or beyond doesn't mean living at risk. A little preparation goes a long way in creating peace of mind and lasting independence. If you found this advice useful, comment number 6 below, subscribe, and enable notifications so you never miss a helpful tip. Let's keep building a safer, more confident life together. Final thoughts. What happens when an older adult has no one to care for them? The answer varies. It can feel overwhelming, or it can be a source of strength. The outcome often depends on the small, intentional choices made each day. Living alone doesn't have to mean feeling isolated. It can be an opportunity to take control of your environment, your health, and your time. By building positive routines, like staying socially engaged, maintaining physical strength, making your home safer, eating well, and preparing for emergencies, you can create a life that's not only sustainable, but deeply fulfilling. It's not about eliminating every possible risk, but about navigating life thoughtfully, using the resilience and wisdom you've already earned. You've overcome many obstacles in life, adapted through major changes, and solved countless problems. That same inner strength hasn't gone anywhere. In fact, it may be more powerful now than ever before. Living independently can be a reflection of that strength, a life that honors your independence, your capability, and your right to live with peace and dignity. Thanks for being with us today. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Please leave a comment sharing one key takeaway and how you'll apply it. Your feedback means a lot and motivates us to keep creating valuable content. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share to support our work. We appreciate you watching and can't wait to connect again in the next video.